just realized I have to turn the volume here. Check, check, check. That should be better. It's a little loud. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. I'm excited to offer this practice today as a balance to everything that we've done, specifically in the shoulders. So far, a lot of what we've been doing is this internal rotation in order to get that bind. And I just want to kick back to keeping the body healthy. And I think what this can relate to in the Yoga Sutras is ahimsa, this concept of nonviolence, or with the idea in mind that just living our life creates pain for others. It creates pain for the environment. Just living, we cause damage, even if we don't try. And so ahimsa is this idea that we want to try our best to minimize how negatively we impact each other and how negatively we impact the environment and so on. So part of that, and that's the part that I'd like to talk about today, is ahimsa for ourselves and nonviolence to our own body and our mind. And one of those things is recognizing when we have done the work in our asana practice to go one direction, that we make sure that we do the work to go the other direction so that we don't ever go too far out of balance. And this tends to be what happens when we are driven by something, whether it's in life or whether it's on the yoga mat, is that our drive hopefully pushes us forward and it helps us to walk the path. And that's the goal, really, of having this, of having the Yoga Sutras, to propel us forward. But there are parts of the Yoga Sutras, and ahimsa, I believe, is one of them, that reminds us that yes, we need to push forward, but not at the expense of burning ourselves or others and burning out. So how do we do that in our physical body and in our life? How do we maintain a push forward and still rejuvenate ourselves? How do we maintain advancing our yoga practice and not necessarily fall into the trap of injury because we've gone too far in one direction? For example, one thing back in the day when I was training acrobatics, acro yoga, we used to do a lot of handstands every day. And it was very easy, with the excitement of approaching a handstand and attaining it, to burn out the wrist muscles. And our teachers would always encourage, to make sure that we were doing self-massage. We were massaging each other and doing wrist therapeutics and everything. And a lot of us would very, very much be so enthusiastic and so excited about the work that we were doing, would ignore that part. There's only time for so much, right? So you follow whatever is exciting you the most, or what's driving you the most, or what's giving you the most amount of passion. Okay, so what I want to present to us today is the opposing movement of our shoulder girdle that we've been doing. So the shoulder girdle has so far really been doing a lot of this internal rotation of the humerus, and we do warm it up with external rotation. But now we're going to really go to a deeper level of external rotation in the humerus. So rotating, just to be clear, internal rotation, the bicep faces towards the body. External rotation, the bicep faces away from the body. That's whenever your arms are by your sides. If your arms are in Warrior Two position, it's when the biceps face backwards or try to face backwards. That's external rotation. In this position, the biceps rolling downward is internal rotation. Now, this is where everyone gets confused when the arms go overhead. So if you just do this with me for a moment, externally rotate your arms as much as you can. You can do it by your sides, actually. So rotate them out as much as you can. And now lift them up to shoulder height and keep rotating them outward, okay? Now keep rotating them outward. Keep rotating them outward. Don't change it, and take your arms up overhead. And you'll see that the biceps face towards your face and your palms actually face inward toward one another when you're in external rotation. And that's why it gets confused. If you're looking at your hands, you would think that external rotation would be when your hands turn out, but that's actually a joint called the radial ulnar joint, first of all, that would turn those out. But also, rotating the arm out when the arm's overhead is just confusing, okay? Because it's not in a traditional position. So if you take your arms, the way I usually do it is I just go internally, externally. I come up, keeping external, then I go internal, external. I keep external, I rise up, and then I go internal, external, so that I can really remember. Well, I know now, but it took me years to remember which way was internal, which way is external, okay? So don't worry about if you get confused when the arms are overhead. Just know that we're trying to activate the muscles of the rotator cuff that externally rotate our arms. All right, let's get into the yoga practice. And just real quick, if you're watching this video live, we have a Zoom session after this at 1:30. So we're gonna get into this practice, and I'm gonna try to end promptly for everyone so that we can jump on a call and chat for 30 minutes and discuss any questions and anything that comes up for your yoga practice and what's come up for you so far in this whole immersion. What have you loved? What have you been challenged by physically, emotionally, energetically? And also when we started off with a pretty cool conversation the other day, hopefully you were watching, and we're in the conversation of the difference between being complicit and what's the word I'm looking for? Not complicit, but contentment. Sorry, the difference between contentment and being complicit, and what is that difference? And we really started that conversation. Hopefully you watch those, but if you don't, we'll go over it again, and I'll discuss it in the Zoom call, and that way we can all be on the same page. All right, let's start it off. Today, wide hands, fingertips, bend the elbows. And as you bend the elbows, draw your shoulder blades toward one another and move the hips back, keeping the shoulder blades toward one another. Melt the forehead down, and then attempt, if possible, and it may not be possible, to keep the arm bones lifted, but then start to straighten the elbows. Keep the arm bones lifted, but straighten the elbows. Take a full breath in and out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Take the palms fully on the ground and grip the fingers into the earth. Straighten the elbows. Take a full breath in and out. And start to move the body, get warmed up in the joints. Inhale, come forward, all fours, arch, look up. Exhale, back, child's pose. Inhale, forward, arch, look up. Exhale, back, child's pose. Inhale, forward, tuck toes, arch. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, forward, tuck toes, arch the back. And exhale, back, child's pose. Inhale, forward, arch the back, tuck the toes. And let's lean forward, bend the elbows lower onto the ground. Start to warm up the back muscles. Start with lifting the shoulders up away from the ground and pinning the shoulder blades together. That's going to activate your rhomboid muscles. We're going to need those today. So shoulder blades together, keeping them together. Lift the heart up, inhale. Using your back muscles, exhale, soften. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Press to all fours, hands and knees. Inhale. Keeping the arch in your back, using your back muscles, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take a moment to pedal out the legs, bend the knees. Move the hips a little side to side as you please.
Get into your body and the sensations of it. Forward to plank pose on the in-breath. Place the knees down, come to child's pose, hips to heels. Let's take a swim with the left arm. Left arm goes back first, then up and around. Big breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Right side, inhale. Big swim. Exhale, hips back. Child's pose. Let's come forward, all fours, hands and knees, inhale. Lean forward, chaturanga. Again, let's warm up the back 3 times. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. Maybe the hands if you'd like. Exhale. Focus on your shoulder blades coming together. Inhale, lift the heart. Shoulder blades together. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way to down dog. Full breath in. And out. Right leg to the sky. Inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Full breath into the right side. And exhale out. Straighten the right leg. Inhale. Step right foot forward. Come up onto the fingertips and take a breath. Pause here. Exhale. Pull your feet toward one another and lift the hips a little bit. Take a full breath in, lengthen the skull. Exhale it out. Now today, take your left hand over to the left onto the wood, fingertips face out, and start to lean over to the left hand. Now, you're going to notice when you put weight on the left hand that the left shoulder, the bicep starts to roll in. That's our tendency, most of us. So what we're going to try to do is you can take your right hand and nudge or ask the bicep to rotate outward. So spin the arm and use your hand to just kind of indicate that the direction is outward. This kind of touch will speak to the bones, or sorry, to the muscles to activate. Holding that, is it possible to spin the bicep outward but press down into your thumb side of your hand? Press into the thumb but spin out. Now, press the low belly and ribs forward towards the front of the yoga mat, and then take your right hand behind your head. Let's take a full breath in and out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Exhale. Release the hands. Slowly come back. Downward dog. Come forward to plank pose on the next breath in. Child's pose as you exhale. Swim on the right side first. Inhale. Exhale. Really big circle with the hand, left side. Inhale. Try to really reach it out. Forward, all fours. Inhale. Lower, exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. 2 more. Last round. And down dog, exhale. Left leg to the sky on the in-breath. Bend your knee and open up your hip. Breathe into the left side. Inhale, straighten the leg. And step forward. And again, come up onto your fingertips. Take a breath in. And try to soften the exterior. So one of the things, Ahimsa is reminding us not only nonviolence outward, but also nonviolence inward. So there's something of balance to that, meaning when we put a lot of effort into the physical body, This is very healing most of the time, but if we go too far in one direction, it throws us out of balance. And we got to just recognize that. So what we're going to try to do today is remind ourselves of balance. And so one of those things is to soften in our approach to the physical body. Still activating and still working hard, but soften the outer layers, the parts of the body that are not needed to strengthen, like your facial muscles. You don't need to strengthen your jaw right now. And you don't need to put over effort into certain postures that don't need it, or certain areas of the posture. So take your right hand over to the right, turn it out, and left hand can be on the knee to start, but look down at your right arm and see if you can rotate it out so the bicep starts to face more towards the pinky edge of the hand. If you have to adjust your hand, like turn it out or move it back further, you can do that at any time. Okay, you're always welcome to put a knee down and readjust. Now you can use your left hand to help the bicep roll, but then press your rib cage forward, chest forward so you press your ribs towards the front of the yoga mat so you feel your belly open up and your chest open up forward. Now, keeping your legs strong, take your left hand behind your head. Let's take a full breath in here and a full breath out. 2 more. One more breath. And release. Down dog. Forward to plank pose. Knees down, child's pose. Take a circle on the left side. Inhale, big reach. Exhale and back. Right side, inhale, big reach. And exhale back. All fours, inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, down dog. Okay, take the right leg to the sky. Step right foot outside of right hand. Place the back knee down. We're going to take the same exact posture we were just in, but with a knee down. Move the hips forward, but as you move your hips forward, you're going to feel that the gravity helps you in going down. So what we try to do is protect the hip joint by just activating the hip flexor slightly. So what does that mean? You pull your back knee towards your front heel until your inner groin, your inner thigh lifts. And I'm a big fan of using my own hands just to tell my body what I'd like it to do. Lift the inner thigh here, okay? Now keeping the inner thigh lifted, not fully dropped, now start to rotate the bicep outward, okay? And then melt the chest like you would in our cobra poses that we've been doing all month. Melt your chest forward, okay? Try to press it to the front. Now take your right hand behind your head. Take a full breath in and out. Keep rotating the left arm, the bottom arm, outward. Okay, that's the key for today. We're externally rotating, trying to bring balance into the shoulder girdle to make sure that we don't go too far in one direction, that we maintain strength in both directions so that we maintain health of the body. All right, and then release. Please step back, downward facing dog. Let's come forward to plank on the inhale. Exhale, knees down, hips to heels. Right side goes for a swim. Inhale, big circle. And exhale, release. Left side for a swim. Inhale. And release. All fours, inhale. Arch, look up. Chaturanga, lean forward and lower. Okay, now this time, do your best to interlace the hands behind the back at your low back. That means elbows bent. And shrug your shoulders to your ears and squeeze them toward one another. Reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Reach through the legs. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften. Lift the hands a little higher. One more breath in. Inhale, lift up. And release. All fours, hands and knees. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Step outside the left hand. Right knee down. Take the right hand over to the right. Okay, and then pause. Reminder. Okay, we want to move the hips forward. We want to stretch the hip flexors and the psoas and everything, but we also want to engage them and make sure that we're maintaining muscle integrity. So we do sink forward, we do lean forward, but then as we're starting to approach towards that kind of end range, then we back away by trying to lift the inner groin muscle, the inner thigh bone up away from the ground, the inner femur bone up. And you do that by pulling your back knee forward a little, and you'll feel an activation of your adductors, your inner thighs, and your hip flexors. Okay, and then you'll feel a little pop upward. Keeping that, now we try to work the arm bone, the right arm bone, rotate it out externally. And you may have to reposition the hand a little bit as you do this, because the more rotation, the further back it has to go. Okay, holding that, press the heart forward like you would do in Cobra pose. Press the low back, press the chest forward. Maybe take the left hand behind the ear. Let's do a couple of breaths. One more. And release. Come to plank, inhale. Let's lower chaturanga all the way. Okay, so now let's do our Cobra pose. Slide the fingers out wide. Let's get connected. Inhale, round the back. Soften. Shoulder blades toward each other, heart in front. Keeping the shoulders back. Again, we're going to need the shoulder blades retracting today. So keep the shoulder blades together and then pull the heart through and up. Exhale, release. Same thing. Inhale, round a little bit. Bring the chest forward of the shoulders. Press the heart forward. Inhale, lift the heart up. And exhale, soften. Inhale, round. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the belly. And exhale, release. Okay, place the hands in by your sides. Come to all fours. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. All right, take a moment now in your down dog. Observe how you feel so far. Notice the sensations of your body. Just get connected to the breath, the energy that flows through this physical form. Our intention today is to bring health and balance to the physical body, the system, the muscular system that we've been stretching in one direction, trying to bring it back the other way. Also, the hamstrings are something that we've been stretching quite a bit. Of course, we will still stretch them here, but I'd like to also start to shorten them in today's practice and use a little bit of awareness of the legs to access a pose that we'll do later, which I don't want to give away just yet. Walk your feet to the front of the yoga mat. Coming up onto your fingertips, here's what I'd like you to do. Bend your knees, and we will stretch the hamstrings to start, but lift the toes up and place the hands to the outer shins. Mainly what we're going to do, keeping the knees bent, is try to activate your abductors, your outer glute muscles. And you do this by placing your hands on your shins and squeezing in. But then with the backs of your heels, backs of your calves, and the backs of your hamstrings, you push outward. And that way you get a good, strong activation of the abductors, which starts to feel like the back of your pelvis opens. Now, you can start to lean forward and press your big toe and pinky toe into the ground to resist that lean. Then take your fingers back to the earth. Now, still imagining that brace on the outside of your shins, but starting to lift the back of your pelvis up as you press the back of your legs apart. Lift the backs of the legs up and apart. And now inhale, halfway lift. Keep the back of the hamstrings open if it's okay. Don't overdo it, please. And then hold here in this halfway lift. Micro tuck your sit bones a little bit so you feel the activation of your hamstrings start to tone so you don't overstretch. Now, keeping the toning of your hamstrings, bow forward. Take a full breath in and out. One more full breath in and out. Squeeze your shins in Arch the back and rise all the way up. Release the hands by your sides. Turn the palms out. This, again, is external rotation of the humerus. When you turn the biceps out, really get to know that when the biceps roll out, external rotation. And this is going to be activating the opposing muscle group from what we do when we bind. We internally rotate. Okay, so externally rotating. Inhale, reach the palms to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow. Uttanasana. Halfway lift on the inhale. Step the right foot back today, actually, and place the knee on the ground. This is Chandra Namaskar. Left foot forward means the moon side. Inhale, untuck your back toes, press the back foot down, and activate your quads. Now, as you press the top of the back foot down and pull your knees toward one another, again, try to lift the inner back thigh bone up a little bit away from the ground. Keeping that, see if you can come up to your, feel my shirt squeezing my, sorry, the microphone line. Hold on a second. Hopefully that doesn't make a noise. Okay. Now, pull your feet toward each other, or back knee towards front knee, and press the top of the back foot down so your quads start to firm up. Lift the belly up. So suck the waistline in and up until you start to feel a stretch along the right side of your abdomen. Now, if you don't, press your right ribs forward a little bit more and then lift the heart up higher. Okay. Now take the arms into cactus position and draw the shoulder blades toward each other into retraction of the scapula. Start to externally rotate the arms. The humerus faces back, so the palms face up. Holding that external rotation, take a full breath and lift the heart up. Hold as you exhale. Now pull your knees toward each other, press the feet down. Inhale, reach the arms back, lift the heart up. Exhale, release the hands to the ground slow. Plank pose on the inhale. Chaturanga. Slide the hands wide. Inhale, fingertips around the back. Exhale, soften. Pull the chest through your shoulders. Pull the heart forward. Inhale, lift. And release. Let's do two more. Inhale, round. And exhale, soften. Pull the chest through and lift the heart up. And release. One more time, okay? Inhale, round. Exhale, soften. Pull the chest through and lift up. And release. Press down, rise up, all fours. Exhale, tuck toes, down dog. Let's take a full breath in together. And a full breath out. Two more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And out. Please take the left leg to the sky on the in-breath. Bend your knee and open up your hip as you exhale. Hold here for a full breath in. Straighten the leg on the in-breath. Step left foot forward. Now press down, rise up, high lunge. Again, bend the elbows, cactus arms. I'm going to take a little longer stance today to stretch the back hip flexors and quads, but press the back inner knee up to the sky and start to lift the abdomen in and up. Let's actually climb today. Let's go. Right side goes long. Keep it as long as you can, and then try to get your left side up longer. Now keep the left side up long, keep the right side up long. Now hook your thumbs. Pull your thumbs apart. Take the palms back. Press the heart forward, forward, forward with the chest as you pull your arms apart. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lean forward and lower. Step forward on the inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and bow. Inhale, rise to the sun, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to the heart, Samasthitihi. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale to the earth. Halfway lift on the inhale. Now the left foot steps back. So the right foot is forward, back knee comes down, and we point the back foot for today. All right, so a couple of things. The top of the back foot presses down, that activates the quads, and you should be able to, in this position, activate the quads enough that your knee could lift if you'd like it to, and then just slowly place it down while it's still active, okay? Keeping the quads active. Think about the inner back thigh bone lifting up slightly so we don't press into the joint capsule there. So you're using your muscles to protect a little bit of the anterior capsule of the joint. So your inner thigh lifts, back foot presses down, and front heel presses down to come on up. Okay, so keep your weight forward without collapsing. So you'll see that my muscles will start to shake because I'm both trying to lean forward and trying to resist that lean forward at the same time. So it creates a little bit of resistance, and that is the balance that we're looking for in the muscular system, that it's able to activate against the resistance of another muscle. That's how we know that they're working together as a team. And most would look at that as a fight, but actually it's a unique way of balancing the system so that all opposing muscles are equally as strong as one another. Lift the belly up. Now take the arms into the cactus shape. First, retract your scapula, move them together, that is. Then externally rotate the arm bones so humerus biceps face back. Press the rib cage forward and then reach the hands back. Now lift the heart up, hands back. Heart forward and up. Slowly lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, and then take the arms to the ground. Step into plank pose, inhale. Chaturanga. Slide the hands wide. Inhale, round. Soften. Again, the key is shoulder blades together. Pull the chest forward, keeping the shoulder blades together. Then up. Exhale, release. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Soften. Shoulder blades come together as you soften. Then pull the heart through the chest, through, lift up. Exhale. We get 1 more round with that. Soften. Pull the chest forward. And release. Wow, I feel like I'm practicing hot yoga over here in Connecticut. Press to all 4s, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Hopefully it's nice and warm where you are as well and you get a nice little sweat. Let's get the full breath going. And observe what you're creating from your actions. Observe the sensations of your body. Keep checking in. Reminder of what it feels like to be alive, that in itself is a privilege. It's a gift that we get to have. And taking care of this physical body that we get to walk through life with, that is a privilege. It is a gift in itself. And the fact that we step on our mat each day is our expression of gratitude for being alive and having this physical body. And doing it in community is what strengthens us as individuals, keeps us strong, keeps us going when otherwise you can, otherwise get lazy. But together, we stay moving forward. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Lean a little to your right when you do this pose so you can stretch the right waistline. So, your right leg drops back to the left, but your heart presses underneath the right armpit. It presses forward. Straighten the leg on the in-breath. Step right foot forward. This time we're going to do high lunge, okay? So back inner thigh stays lifted. Push down, rise up. Again, I'm taking a little bit longer stance today personally because I want to start stretching the hip flexors. So a little longer stance will make it harder on the hip flexors here if you keep the back leg straight. Okay, then cinch the waistline in and up. Let's do that same climb. You're going to take your left arm up tall and try to get the left waistline as tall as you can. Now take the right side taller. Keep the right side tall. Take the left side up. Now hook the thumbs. Pull the thumbs apart. Take the arms back. Heart forward. Inhale, lift the heart up, belly up. Keep the chest forward. Big breath in. Exhale, lean forward and lower. Step forward, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale and bow. To the sun, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to the heart. Inhale, reach all the way up. To the earth, bow. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cobra or up dog, just one breath. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Step forward and prepare for warrior one. So back foot out a little bit to the left. Rise up. Inhale, reach the arms. Okay, pause here. I'd like you to bring your shoulders in front of your face. Press the pinky edge of the palms together and think of like you're trying to get up from underneath the surface of the water, like you're rising up through your hands. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And release the hands behind the back. Okay, sway the hips a little bit to the right. Stretch the shoulders open and bow to the inside of your right leg. Three more breaths. Keep the back inner thigh lifting. One more breath. Place the hands to the ground. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Step forward. Again, set up for warrior one, right foot to the right more. Press down, rise up. Again, shoulders in front of the face. Press the pinky edge of the palms together. That's what's going to rotate the arms externally. And then like your whole body from your belly rises up all the way through your palms. Let's do 3 more breaths. Belly forward and up. Ribs forward and up. Last breath. And release the hands. Interlace non-dominant grip, so other pinky on the outside. I always go hands to low back first, then shoulders up and back. Then once I have the shoulders set into retraction, then reach the hands back, tip the pelvis, bow to the inside of your left leg. And let's enjoy here. Inhale. All right, release the hands to the ground. Inhale, plank pose. Chaturanga. 1 breath only, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, down dog. Let's hold here, enjoy the breath as it flows through this body. Remembering today is about the practice of ahimsa towards our own physical body, to rejuvenate, to remember the importance of keeping ourselves healthy, and to remember the importance of finding balance, especially when we've been pushing forward. Some of us feel like we've been fighting, whether it's in society or whether it's in our job or whether it's for our health. Now's a time where most of us are pushing outward and working hard. And we got to remember that also rejuvenation is important. We take time to reconnect and make sure this body is healthy. Ahimsa, nonviolence to ourselves as well. Inhale, lift the heels up. Empty the breath out, hop or step. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and bow. To the sun, rise up. To the heart, exhale. All right, so feet separate, bend the knees. Push the heels out again. Find your abductors, your outer hip muscles that we talked about, but move the knees back. So knees back over the heels, heels press apart. Sit a little lower. Now, lift your chest up. Lift your belly up. Reach the arms up. Keep them wide. Hold here. 2 more breaths. Keep the hips back. Keep the chest up so your back muscles start to awaken. Hips back, butt up, chest up. 2 more. One more breath. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. And step or hop back, chaturanga. Cobra, fingers wide. Inhale, round. Soften. Again, once the heart is in front of the shoulder blades, then pull the chest through and up. Exhale, release. Plank pose or all fours, inhale. Exhale in a down dog. Right leg to the sun, inhale. Step right foot forward. Keep the back heel lifted. Rise, high lunge, inhale. Open up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And the pelvis goes back like you're going to sit in a chair behind you to soften the groins. Now draw the feet toward each other so you feel the groin muscles activate, the adductor muscles activate, and then start to lift the belly. Try to increase the distance on the 2 sides of the body here. Take the arms out to the sides. Let's work the arms into internal and external rotation. So inhale, turn the arms in and fill out the back body. Exhale, externally rotate the arms, lift the heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, internally rotate the arms. Exhale, externally rotate the arms. One more time. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. We're going to do 2 more of those. Warm up the side body. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one. Inhale, lift the right belly up. And hands to the ground. Exhale. Let's take the back knee down, please. Right foot to the right. Heel toe out. Turn it out. And take the left hand over the left like we did in the beginning. Now curl back. Let's just remember the left shoulder for a second. Do a little internal rotation and then external rotation. When you internally rotate, you'll kind of lift up a little bit. When you externally rotate, your heart will melt. So let your heart melt as you externally rotate. Now, as you go to grab the back foot for a thigh stretch, you might need a strap for this, and that's cool. Just grab it. Or you can put a belt or a blanket, anything to decrease the distance there. Okay, once you grab your foot, your shoulder probably punched forward. So can you move your shoulder around your chest and externally rotate it so your chest goes forward of the shoulder? Okay, now kick your foot gently back into your hand to warm up the quadriceps. And let's breathe here. 3 breaths just with the kick back. 2 more breaths. We're going to stay in the pose after this, but still just a little bit a change. 1 more breath. Kick the foot back into the hand. Press the heart forward. Okay, now don't lose the foot. Just bring it in tighter if you can. Okay, and then kick your foot back again. Let's take a couple more breaths. Press the heart forward. Belly forward. 1 more. Okay, and release your thigh stretch. Wonderful. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. We're going to do full cobra, so fingertips out to the side. Inhale. Soften. Lengthen the belly forward. Pull the chest through. Inhale, lift the heart up. And release. All fours or plank. Inhale. Tuck toes, down dog. Left side up to the sky. Inhale. Step forward. Push down, rise, high lunge. Open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Seat back a little bit. Pull your feet toward each other. Let's do a little movement of the arms. Inhale, internally rotate and breathe into the back body. Exhale, externally rotate. Inhale, internally rotate. Exhale. One more. Reverse warrior 3 times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Hands to the ground as you exhale. Pivot the back knee to the ground. Left foot to the right. Right hand to the right. And bend the back knee. Oh, again, sorry. Before you're doing that, just check in with your right shoulder. Spin it out in a couple of times. You know, what's great about doing something in reverse, this is called contrast teaching. Basically, what it does for me is if I know where internal rotation is, then I can better understand where external rotation is. So I turn the bicep in toward myself, and then I turn the bicep out. This way I have a better understanding of how much possible range of motion I have. And then I try to increase it a little bit at the end range where I think I don't have any more external rotation. And that's where I start to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles. Bend the back knee and reach for the foot. Okay, and then wherever you are, kick the foot into your hand. Press the low back and belly forward. Let's do a few more breaths here in this positioning, wherever you have, just activating your quads. Okay, now see if you can bring the foot in tighter a little bit. Once you bring it in, then kick the foot into the hand and regain your sense of composure with your breath. And release. All right, step into plank pose. Lift the hips up high as you do so to regain integrity at the hip flexors. Exhale, chaturanga. Slide the hands wide, fingertips. Inhale, round. Soften. Lengthen the heart forward and lift. And release. All right. Now, staying down, take your right forearm across and bend your left knee. You can lean over to your right side for a moment and bring the foot in close to your outer hip. Now, this might be really easy for some of you. If it is, just bear with for a moment, while others it might be really challenging. If you can lift the heart up. Now, if this is really easy, you can do more of a cobra. So that would look like this. Your right hand would go to the right. You would do the same process. A lot harder. Okay, everybody release whatever variation you've done. Most likely the Sphinx variation. Again, on the next side, hinge over, lean over to grab your foot, and just bring it right to your outer buttocks. Again, either just hanging here, lifting the belly up, stretching the quad. And release. Come to all fours, hands and knees. Tuck the toes, down dog. Enjoy a full breath in and out. 2 more. Lift the heels up, inhale. Empty the breath, hop or step lightly to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and bow. Bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Stand up, hands to heart. All right, let's take just nothing crazy. Remember, this practice is to reverse and bring balance into the body. But sometimes what happens is we hear that and then we go extreme the other end. So we're going to use a wall or a doorway or something you can put your hand on, even a chair or a couch, and we'll do a simple dancer pose. Now, of course, if it's easy for you to go deep, it's not. I'm not saying you should hold yourself back or anything. I just don't. What I'm trying to say is, don't push yourself for the sake of the posture. Just explore the sensations of your body. Okay, so simple dancer pose. And the way we'll start is by bending the standing knee, putting a hand on the wall, and grabbing the foot for a thigh stretch. For preparing for dancer. Now, you see how I grab the foot? I'm going to actually ask you to pay attention to that. If you grab the foot from the outside, the arm is internally rotated. For today's purposes, you're going to walk the hand over and rotate it so it's externally rotated. And the pec muscle should be open here. Okay, now, whenever I teach this, there's always at least 3 people in the room, at least, that do this. Watch. And this is the opposite. You'll feel that your shoulder rolls forward, your pec tightens, and this is a complete internal rotation of the arm. So if you go just hand to the outer foot and then walk around the toes so that your thumb faces straight back, your bicep should be facing, this is the bicep facing straight back. Now, pull your heart forward in front of that and take the hand on the wall. Bend the standing knee at first and lift the heart up. Now, if you can, you grab the full foot the best you can and start to kick the foot back and up as you bend the standing knee. Now, here is where it gets challenging. Can you tip your pelvis forward and kick the foot back and up into your hand? Any degree, really. Lift the heart up. The heart goes up the wall. The leg goes up and back behind you. 2 more breaths. Okay, and then coming on out of that, stand, and a little bit of a back bend to start. And we'll take a journey of dancer pose on the other side. Again, we want to grab the foot first from the outside, then walk it over, okay? And the part of the challenge of this posture, by the way, of getting this deeper, is being able to tip the pelvis forward. And that's why I have the standing knee bent. I suggest starting that. It takes the hamstrings a little bit out of the picture. If you have tight hamstring, the pelvis won't tip as easily because the hamstrings are what tuck the tailbone. Okay, so a little bend in the knee. If you feel any strain in the hamstrings as a result, then you're tipping the pelvis too much, okay? Or you're pressing your hips back too far, something like that. If you're not feeling any strain, don't worry about that. And then the other thing is 2 actions in the leg, that's on the arm, has to kick back, so that's quadricep strength, and up, which is buttock strength. Buttocks and quads at the same time. It's like you're trying to, we don't ever do this action, do we? We don't ever kick straight back behind us like a horse would. And so as a result, that chain of command, quad and buttock activation, tends to be weak. Okay, so that's why dancer pose can be, though it looks seemingly easy, it can be very challenging to incorporate into the physical body, just to get that neurological muscular pattern going. Now, once you can kick the foot back and up, then it's about that cobra positioning of opening the front body forward, okay? Expanding the front body and moving the heart into the opening. Okay, let's try the other side. Hopefully something in there was helpful for you. Okay, so the hand can go on the wall and it can change positions as you do the pose, so don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be fixed there. And of course, if you feel like you chose not the best position for how far away from the wall you are, you can always adjust that as you go through. So again, I suggest grabbing pinky side edge of the foot, rolling your arm over so your bicep faces out. Your thumb and big toe are facing the same direction, straight back. Now really grab the foot. Roll your shoulder head back, press your heart forward. Climb the chest upward. Now, kick your foot back and up into your hand. It's okay if your pelvis opens a little bit. Tip the pelvis forward. I'm thinking press up through the big toe of the foot. And just like all the other poses, stay and breathe in the challenge of it. But try to soften the outer layer, like your eyes and the skin of your face, your jaw. And slow. Come on up. Ah, lovely. Okay, stand on your 2 feet. All right, so now at the wall, I think this wall is probably going to be best for me to do it, but I'm going to imagine I have a hand on the wall at first, okay? I'm just going to show you, we're going to do like side plank at the wall. Your hand will be above shoulder height, shoulder lifts up and it moves back, and you try to rotate the bicep just like you did on the ground. Okay, I'm going to show you at the wall. It's a little bit easier. So the hand goes above shoulder height, just a little bit, okay? And then you go shoulder up, then you'll see that now you raise the shoulder height, and then you're going to go externally rotate the bicep and try to now move your shoulder blade down your back and your heart forward, and then you'll rotate away from the wall. Okay, so try it with me. Right hand goes on the wall, or whatever you got. That's that height. Doesn't matter. Doorway, door. Shoulder goes up. Shoulder tries to go back. That's the hard part. Shoulder back. Let me see if I can just turn a little bit to show you. So shoulder will tend to go forward. Move it behind your chest. Okay. Then rotate the bicep externally, and that should nudge your heart forward a little bit. Then turn your chest away from the shoulder. You can use your other hand to indicate to the shoulder and the fascia here to kind of move upward in the same direction. Then you can turn a little bend of the knees. We'll give you a back bend, like you're taking the best shower of your life. Take a full breath in. And then rise up. Lovely. Let the blood come back into that side. I think I'm going to try to do it over here. I'm just looking at the screen to see if you can see me. So I'll do it on a slight angle. I think that'll be more visible. All right. Ready for the next one? Here we go. So hand goes above shoulder height. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And then shoulder goes up to the height of the hand. So we go. Then we move the shoulder back behind us, not in front like this, not forward, but back. So the chest is the first thing, is the forward, the most forward point. Okay. Then spin the bicep, which should nudge the scapula into your rib cage. That action is called posterior tilt of the scapula itself. Okay. Then turn the chest away from the shoulder, and you can use your right hand to kind of nudge the skin and speak to the muscles and bones here to try to keep rotating, keeping the pectoral muscles long. And then you can bend your knees, your head in your hands. Okay, and release. All right, and so today's final posture, and why I wanted to do it today is because it really requires the opposing muscular strength that we've been working on. We've been doing a lot of this, internal rotation to grab the bines here. Okay, everything's been internal, which shortens the pec minor in particular, strengthens or shortens at least the subscapularis, one of the rotator cuff muscles, but it doesn't offer a way to shorten in the opposing muscles, right? It's always one direction, unidirectional. And if we go one direction with the body or in life and we don't ever balance it out, then eventually what happens is we get thrown out of balance, okay? And that happens no matter what adventure we're going on. Even if on really good paths, even if our intentions are really great, if we only go one direction, eventually we go too far in that direction. And there's always a way, whether it's, in the physical body or in life. And so we always want to, ahimsa is the reminder that the more, again, ahimsa, the more
common translation, and it's one of the most important translations, is non-harming outwardly towards others or towards the world that we live in, towards nature. But what we're talking about today is towards ourselves. That's really the conversation. We can have a conversation all day long about the other, but for today, reminding ourselves in our physical practice that it's that we're here to take care of us. Okay, this physical body that has a gift that we've been able to enjoy. We're here to really embrace that and to care for it. Just like if you on the external, if you bought something really nice for yourself, you want it to you want to take care of it, keep it good. This body is way more important than any nice thing we could ever buy. It's the one thing that we've been given, and maybe that's why we take it for granted sometimes. At least I speak for humans in general. Maybe not you or whatever, but I know me personally, I can speak for myself. Sometimes I take it for granted, and I don't always do the best I can to keep it healthy. Okay, so let's find what we're talking about today specifically is the rotator cuff muscles, bringing strength into this muscle that we call the infraspinatus, is one of our external rotators of the rotator cuff muscle. Okay, so shoulder goes up to the ear first, because no matter what you do, if your shoulder is forward and down, there's no moving it. Okay, so step one is shoulder up to the ear. We did it on the wall, shoulder went up, right? That allows us to actually activate the rhomboid muscles and bring the shoulder back. Now, once the shoulder's back, we can start to rotate. See, the humerus rotates and the chest gets nudged forward. You might move your hand further away from you at that point, and you'll notice, okay, so that's the shoulder actions. All right. Now, a lot of people, when they sit like this, they sit more like this, which is on their tailbone, and the leg is not externally rotated. I'm going to ask you to rotate this thigh bone out and sit on your outer hip bone. So your left butt is up off the ground. And a lot of people also bring this foot in too close, which makes it very hard to rise up. You're going to turn it out and make it wide for real strength. You're going to activate your buttocks and your hamstrings of this leg. That's what's going to help us lift up. And the abductors, those chair pose muscles of this hip, are what press down. Okay, so I'll do it one time before you do it. Okay, so watch, shoulder goes up, back and around. Then I use the buttock muscles and I press into my feet to lift up. So it's the abductors on this side and glute muscles on this side, and it's really the glutes and hamstrings on this side that are pressing down to give me that rise upward. Okay, so as you try it, I just want to call out one other thing. So this shoulder, as you go up, will tend to jet forward because it's used to bearing weight this way. Don't allow it. Put the weight in your feet, keep the shoulder back, and rise up this way. Okay, so the shoulder stays rotating out. Now, if you feel at all uncomfortable in doing this, by all means, just skip it for now. This is it's not necessary. We're doing this to bring balance in the body. So you can simply go ahead if you're doing it. But if you're not doing it, you could simply just work on this, just like this, and work on externally rotating the arm. In fact, it will do a lot for you just to simply work here and start strengthening the infraspinatus, that rotator cuff muscle. Yeah, if you're up, come on down. And let's try the other side, okay? So the left side, make sure the hand, this is something that people ask a lot, the hand is not directly below the shoulder like this. This is totally okay, except it's way harder. So why make life hard? Move it out, more of a triangulation of the body, or even an arc, rather than like a straight line, straight down. It's easier on the shoulder. We want to put more weight in the feet than we do on the shoulder. So more weight this way. Here we go. So shoulder goes up, back, and around. Okay, keep the arch in the back, put the weight in the feet, and use your feet. Press into them to press the low back to the sky. Your top hand can go behind the head if you like. And come on down and around. All right, then. Brilliant. All right, so come to downward facing dog, please. We'll start our cool down. Take the right shin across the mat. Heel toe the back leg back. And again, you know me, I like to go off to the side angle here. You may have
discovered that you enjoy that too, or you like going forward still, maybe in the July pass, I'll do some more on pigeon poses. I haven't really covered that much in any of the class passes. Yeah, good idea. For now, let yourself cool down. I don't want to give you too much more in the terms of technique. I think you got a lot, and I'd like you to let the nervous system find its way back down into balance as well. Reminding ourselves that balance is something that's a moving target. States of it are rarely achieved, but it's the movement towards balance that really provokes the healing. So, it's when we start doing things opposite of what our norm is, changing our belief systems to be opposite of what they are, thought patterns, emotional patterns, changing the emotional pattern, changing the thought. It's not like when we find that moment of, we're not waiting for that one blissful moment where everything is in balance. It's the path. It's the movement toward balance that brings healing. The movement towards balance that brings health, joy, and freedom. All right, come on out. Down dog. Left shin across the mat for pigeon pose. In these postures, in these cool down postures, if you have any pain, you might have to stay active. So just remind yourself that, the idea of bringing balance into the system doesn't mean that we are inactive, okay? Doesn't mean that we are passive about it. Sometimes it does mean that, and sometimes it doesn't. And that's why it's important. One of the sutras, Swadhyaya, is like the self-awareness, to become more self-aware, to be able to discern what's appropriate for us at any given time. Now, that's one of the paths of the yogi, because what healing looks like today may look completely different tomorrow for us. And what healing looks like for me may look completely different to you. And we ultimately don't always know what is best for us. And that's why, we work together in communities like this one, and in the coaching industry, or in the mental health and wellness industries like psychology and seeing counselors, and physical therapists. There are multiple avenues for finding health, and we don't necessarily know which is the right path for us until we start walking it. And when we start to feel the results from walking it, then we can stick to it for as long as it serves us. And come on out. I ask you to kind of flip onto your buttocks and lie onto your back. Let's take happy baby on the right. Switch sides. Beautiful, happy baby. And release into Shavasana. Take a full breath in. And enjoy the vibrancy of your physical body pulsing with energy. Enjoy this physical form that is the gift that we have been living in. What an honor it is. Enjoy a full breath. And exhale it out. Feel the body as it is without necessarily moving, just feel it. Awaken the fingers and toes. Stretch the arms. Bend the knees and roll to your side. Come up to a seated position as you are ready. Place the hands at the heart. We take a moment to honor this physical body that we have been born into. With gratitude for the energy that pulses through it, that allows us to experience this life, the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the goods and the bads. We bow in with gratitude. Thank you all so much for tuning in this morning and practicing. See you in the Zoom call. Namaste. So again, if you're watching this live, you can scroll up. There should be a little button that says Zoom. Click on that. It'll take you to the Zoom forum. In a few moments, I'll be there in like five minutes, so you can run to the restroom, grab your water, or whatever. What else do I need to announce? If the link isn't above for you, just look in the Facebook group or in your email. It got sent. I think it got sent like kind of at the start time of the class. So I apologize for that late email. I thought it had sent earlier this morning. The 300-hour training is starting in July 1st. If you're not interested in doing a full training, the first section is called the body, and you might be really interested in that because it's all about techniques. We go through like every pose, step by step, what needs to be strong, what needs to be flexible, how to get there. So there's all these different techniques, and along with a lot of anatomy, biomechanics, anatomy techniques, all in one section. And that you click on the 300-hour tab on my website. Scroll to the bottom, you'll see there's the, or watch the video and you can hear more about what the body is about. And then you, at the bottom, you'll see that there's an option to sign up for the body. And that's just an online course that you get access for life to give you all the understanding of the physical form. If you are a yoga teacher and you want to go to the next step, you want to become 500 hours certified, you could do the full training with me. Or just do certain modules if you just want continuing education credits. All right, everybody, I'll see you over in the Zoom call in a few moments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste. Oh, July Pass, available now. Hope to have you all in it. You get a $10 discount. Plus, it's discounted right now. So it's discounted right now from $128 to $98, but then you get an extra $10 for being a June Pass member. So if you want to join the July Pass, I would love to have you. That email got sent to you again this morning. If you check your email now, you'll see the link for it. All right. See you in a moment.